Well, you just inspired a 40-year-old man because I got a phone number for somebody for Pilates because I've been having back problems.
Yeah, look,
they said I need to get in there.
Not gonna lie to you. The first couple weeks, big dog, you gonna be like, not for me, not for me. For him to go out like that, man, it was a gut punch. Him not being there was definitely felt. We felt that missing piece, man. They got something called the kill zone.
I believe it.
Don't get caught in the kill zone. That's all I gotta say.
Where is that? Just so we know, so I can stay out of it.
Linebacker depth in front.
Yep.
It's a kill zone. We know what type of guy CJ is, man. He's a dog. You know, that whole secondary dogs. And I feel like, man, he's about to get everybody on that same train, man, real quick.
Welcome to the Green Light Podcast presented by BetMGM. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code GREENLIGHT and you'll get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code GREENLIGHT. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. If that bet loses, you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets. Just make sure you use bonus code GREENLIGHT when you sign up. I'm here with big play threat wide receiver. I mean, every time he touches the ball, it could be a house call. It's probably 15, 20 yards. A lot of fun to watch. Nico Collins joins the show now. Nico, how you doing, man?
Doing great, big dog. Can't complain, man. Just finish up OTAs, year 5, flying by. But it's a blessing, man, to be in this position, in this situation that I'm in, man. Just gotta continue to thank God every day.
You just put it a certain way. Year 5, like that's it feels like a marker for certain guys where you start feeling like a vet. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like a vet all of a sudden? And what do wide receivers learn between year 1 and year 5 in the NFL?
Yeah. Man, you learn a lot. But I feel like year 5 came so fast, man. And like the position I'm in right now, I have no choice but to be a vet, you know. And just a lot of young playmakers coming in, you know, looking up to me and asking me questions. It kind of put me in a weird position where, like, dang, yeah, it's okay. You do look up to me. You do, you know, watch the way I play. You know, then it kind of reminded me, it's like, man, that's how I was. I used to look up to Brandon Cooks, Amendola, Chris Conley, Philip Dorsett my first couple of years, man. And it's crazy how time flies, you know. But it's a blessing to be in this position, man. It's a great, you know, be a great role model, you know, for the guys that's coming in, you know. So it's only right by me to lead by example, you know, do the right things, you know, so we all can be on the same page, all can be one beat, you know. So it's only right for me. I come in and do my part.
You treat the rookies pretty good, I gather.
Yeah,
because you need them. That's the way we used to feel like, hey, if this guy doesn't want his hair cut, we're not cutting his hair.
Yeah, we good. You know, I say that because my vets, they treated me well my rookie year.
Right.
You know, Brandon Cooks, you know, Chris Conley, man, they showed love. You know, I took him to dinner one time and that was it. You know, it ain't nothing crazy. For sure.
That bill wasn't too bad.
It wasn't
Third
too bad.
round.
It wasn't too bad. Nah, it wasn't too bad. It was real slight.
Okay. The question I had for you with, like, when you come in as a rookie is, you know, you had some great players to learn from, and you mentioned a few of them, but, you know, there's nobody really with your body type in most wide receiver rooms. I mean, you're unique in that way. It's a differentiating factor for you. But when you try to, like, learn from somebody, is it hard to find a body mechanics role model, like somebody's like, okay, I can run routes like him. You know, Cooks and Dola, they're smaller guys, but great players in their own right.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So I feel like, man, when I started playing football, I kind of out-allowed my game after Mike Evans, Larry Fitzgerald, Julio Jones, just those bigger body receivers, you know, like just watching how they move at the line of scrimmage, you know, seeing how they create separation during the route, you know. So those guys I've always been studying. Like now I'm Mike Evans. That's my idol, man. I've been watching Mike Evans since Texas A&M when him and Johnny Manziel was just killing Bama. Everybody, he's just running post routes, man. It's unstoppable, man. Like, and just now just watching Mike Evans, man, he's an underdog. You know what I'm saying? Dog too. Like he had 1K every single year. He's been in the league. Like that's hard, you know. So I feel like that's one guy that's always been consistent. You know, I feel like as a receiver, you want to get that 1K, you know. So he's doing something right, you know. So I feel like for me, man, that's one guy I want to be like. And it was when I first went to the Pro Bowl this past offseason, I got the chance to meet him, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was a kid, I was a fan, man. I was cheek to cheek. I was like, nah, I can't believe I'm standing beside Mike Evans right now, man. So it was a blessing for sure. But man, I feel like just for me, to idolize my game. I try to watch bigger receivers, that kind of move like me, and kind of idolize my game out the club, So that's kind of been my idol, my role model forever.
Well, Mike's a pretty good one, a good human being too, and you definitely earned that meetup with him. So
Sure.
I just wonder for you, like between years 2 and 3, it's a time where a lot of players take a big jump, and you took a huge jump, man. It felt like you figured some things out. Obviously, CJ is a part of that. Like having a QB like him can allow people to see how great you are. But what do you attribute the big jump to? Were there any moments where you were like, I just had a revelation, I got to do this different, or over time?
Yeah. I feel like, man, my first 2 years was like not being healthy, not staying on the field. So it's a long season. It's different from college. You got the extra season, you feel like, 17 games. In college, you used to 12, 15 if you make it that far, So for me, it was more just body fatigue, muscles, just seeing how my groins and hamstrings can sustain, 17 games, practices, everything. So I feel like for me, man, it was always those first 2 years was, groins, hamstrings, the soft tissue injuries, things that can really be preventable, just based off your routine, based off what you put inside your body, and just how you take care of your body, So I feel like for me, my first 2 years, man, was a year to learn, take, advice from Brandon Cooks, Chris Conley, Dola, guys that have been around the league for a minute, that's been successful with their bodies, just seeing what they're doing after practice, how they're taking care of their bodies and getting ready to prep for the game. And I feel like those my first 2 years, that's what I done. I took notes. And leading to my third year, man, I feel like in that off season, I took a huge jump. I was like, I'm worried about my body, my legs, hammies. I want to be able to be on the field with my teammates. I want to be able to be out there, entire time, and work on my craft at the same time. So I feel like, man, after that, the second year, going to my third, man, that's when I hopped in, Pilates, yoga, trying to do little things, man, really my core, and I've really been sticking to Pilates and yoga the entire time. So I feel like that's one thing that worked out for me now and continue to do it, So I feel like as you go, man, you live and learn, I feel like that's what I've been doing, every day I'm just learning different ways to get better with my game and just craft, So still in that boat right now, just trying to get better every day.
No question. Well, you just inspired a 40-year-old man because I got a phone number for somebody for Pilates because I've been having back problems.
Yeah, look,
they said I need to get in there.
Not gonna lie to you. The first couple of weeks, big dog, you gonna be like, not for me. Not for me.
I need something to kick my ass a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Life's
it's hard.
Too easy now.
It's hard. It's really the little muscles. You can shaking on a reformer, but when you continue to go get that routine, it's gonna be easy.
I'll let you know how it goes. Texans fans, I feel like, and we've had Mixon on, we've had different Texans on in the past, and you guys got some great fans, and I know there was so much excitement going into last year, and you guys kind of created that. And maybe the standard was, I wouldn't say it was too high, because I think if things went right, you guys would be right where you wanted to be. You went through a lot of adversity. I just look at that last game as, hey, I know it's disappointing, and I know some things went wrong, and you left some points on the board on special teams and that sort of thing. But you outgained the Kansas City Chiefs by over 100 yards. You had more first downs. You went on a long third quarter drive that I felt like was the drive of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
Without Tank, with everything you'd been through, was there any part of you walking away from that game was like, you don't want to lose the game, but we are getting there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was every single moment. Like I feel like every loss we had last year was definitely that feeling. Like we right there. Like we know what it takes to finish the games. We just gotta execute and finish. Like for this the last game, KC on the road playoffs, man. Like you said, that third quarter was the make or break for the year. Man, it was 12-13. I'll never forget the score, 12-13. We down in red zone, man. It feel like we just couldn't move the ball, couldn't score. And it was like, bro, we right there. So it's always that I feel like that moment left that hunger, that chip on our shoulder, like, we got it. Like, we know what it take to get there. Now, let's get there. Let's finish. I feel like we're just not finishing. I feel like we all know that as a team, as a unit, man. Let's finish. Let's go and get to that Lombardi and go and get to that end goal that we want to get to. And, I feel like and that's been our approach this entire off season, man. Just one thing at a time. Just one game at a time. Do whatever you got to do to get better. Just take one game at a time, one concept at a time. Go out there and just have fun, man. And we know what it takes. And I feel like everybody's bought in, locked in right now, man, and competing. Competing. I feel like that's really gonna separate you at the end. Just competing. But we got all the pieces, man. We right there, but we just got to finish. So can't wait for the year to start. It's a new slate, new opportunity, new schedule, man. But same division, same opportunities. But I feel like it's a great chance for us to go out here and improve us right. Prove what we capable of doing.
I know you got some new faces in there. There's a couple wide receivers I might ask you about, but one of them is a guy I'm just asking, how's he doing? Y'all keep up with Tank probably on a regular basis, because he seems like a guy that everybody truly loves in that locker room. And the game before in Kansas City where he got hurt, I felt like that hit as hard as any injury I've seen on an NFL field. Yeah,
that hit home, man, because Tank, man, that's a special player. He always got his special place in our heart. You know that. He's a playmaker. And that's one guy, man. He put his blood, sweat, and tears on that field, man. He the best playmaker on the practice field, game field. He out there. He the best one, man. And for him to go down like that, man, it was tragic. Just seeing the way he came back. Seeing the grind and effort he been putting in just to come back on the field with us, man. And for him to go out like that, man, it was a gut punch. It was. So I feel like, man, it was only right for us to go out there and play for him, because we know how much it meant for him to be out there with us, be out there, just running around, laughing with us, just being in the huddle, in the receiver room. It's nothing like your position group, man, and just having that bond, laugh and joke around, man. With him not being there was definitely felt. We felt that missing piece, man. But but we had to keep going. We had to. We miss him dearly every day. Yeah. But right now he's on the uprising. His mental good, he's moving good. He got a smile on his face like he's been having, man. And I'm glad to see him moving, man. I'm glad to see him back in the building. Well, he's been in the building, but just seeing him back, just being back to himself, getting back to normal again, man. There's no better feeling just seeing, one of your brothers come back, from a tragic injury like that.
Well, CJ seemed really tore up about it, and I know I was, I know sometimes people are like, quarterbacks aren't supposed to show emotion. I'm watching. I'm like, that's a guy who cares. He cares a lot about his brothers, and he put his helmet on and went back to competing. And I just thought that was a real gut check on y'all's part. And I can't say enough about what CJ looks like as a teammate from the outside looking in. Is it everything you'd imagine and more, being on his team? And are the dinners really as good as they said?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. CJ the same guy that y'all see from the outside looking in, from the inside out, man. I just feel like nothing changes about him. He's the same guy every single day, coming in ready to work, composed. He joke around with you, man. He like to have fun. And most of the time, he gonna care about you, no matter what, he got your back, like you said, it showed, when Tank went down, man, that's like, I'm saying, that one hurt. That one hurt, like, deeply. Everybody felt that, and 7, he showed his emotion, but that's why he got us, to lift him up. Like, let's go. We got to keep going, bro. You got a game to finish right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and for us, it hurt, but at the end of the game, man, when in the locker room, we, did what we, talked to him, talked to Tank, CJ, we all came together as a unit, man. But at that moment, man, it was one of those, like, you just got to continue to go, man. But CJ is a great guy, man. That's one guy you want to have as your quarterback, a leader, a guy that's going to be there for you no matter what, have your back. And drop downs for you when you need them the most. Yeah. Getting that play for sure. But man, I'm glad CJ is our quarterback. Wouldn't trade him for anything, man.
Yeah. Well, is it surf and turf? Like, what's going on at his house?
I feel like for him it's more tacos.
Tacos? Okay. I've heard rumors about these dinners, man. I've heard rumors about these dinners. What about for you? What's your favorite ball you catch from him? What's the best ball he throws that you're like, man, this is different? Deep ball.
Deep ball for sure. It's easy. It's a lot of hang time. It's high. It's soft touch. Soft. It's just dropping in your hand.
Yeah.
That I feel like any ball he throws, man, it's a soft touch. It's not like a bullet coming. It's not like one of those hard balls that it hurt. Pause. That it hurt your hand. You know what I'm saying? But it's a little touch to it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like his deep ball is one of his. I feel like. Best.
And to be able to get to some of the best balls he throws, like like to access the deep middle of the field on like a dig route or something, like you guys got to have a little time.
Yeah, you do.
And obviously there were things going on up front that were tough, and you guys were dealing with a lot. Do you feel like looking at it just a little bit, I know it's early in the summer, that you see guys that can step up in the wake of Laramie leaving and off of everything last year?
Yes, sir. I see everybody, man. The entire offensive line. It was there for some new pieces coming. Drafted a couple guys. Had some guys coming in. From free agency, man. But I feel like, man, we got the right pieces, man. We feel like we got some guys that's willing to work. Protect seven, protect the offense, man. Give 7 times so he go through progression, man. Make plays and shine like you do. So I can't wait for us, to come back during camp, get things rolling, man. Put the pads on, and get ready to play football, real football. That's the best feeling, But I'm excited for this group, both sides, offense and defense, man. Like we got it. We know we got it, because practice is hard. None of the plays working. Make a play, don't work. That's how like we really working. We competing. We getting each other better, man, and that's the way it should be.
One guy they're saying is looking good so far, and I know it's just mini camp and everything. You've been in the league long enough to know how that goes, but Jaden Higgins, I've been reading about him, seeing him, and you got great corners, so if you catch a ball over those guys, that's something to be excited about, whether it's mini camp or OTAs or whatever. What have you seen from the young receivers and him in particular?
A lot, man. All of them, man. I feel like those group of guys, man, they coming in with a mission, to get better, learn, and trying to be a great, valuable to the offense, and Higgins is dude special. He kind of remind me of Mike Evans. He can stretch the field, tall, lanky, he can move, quick at the line, good with his hands. Man, the dude's nice, man. Sky's the limit for him, man. I can't wait, to see when the season comes. Can't wait to share the field with him, man. Go out there making plays in front of the city and smiling while doing it, just having fun, But the dude's special, man, and he got all the tools in the world, for sure.
How about Nick Caley, man? It's turning the page a little bit offensively with the scheme, and I'm just wondering, what do you think you see a little bit more of generally with Nick, or what have you noticed off the bat?
Yeah, man, just the way he just called plays, man, the way he just get creative, putting guys in situations to be explosive, to make plays. He puts you in the right position to go out and just have fun. He not gonna go out there and do something that is not you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can go out there and put you in a great position, man. But his enthusiasm, his personality, man, I feel like it's unmatched, man. It's lit. He's up there giving that install. He's juice. He's jumping around, sweating. He's pumped, man. He's a great guy for sure. I'm glad he's here calling the plays, man. He understands everything. You come back, what you got. He'll do what you need to do. He'll do whatever it takes, man. That's one guy that just want to win.
And you play for a couple coordinators. How hard is it these days in the NFL in a wide receiver room, for instance, to catch up on new terminology? Is that a whole off-season kind of timeline?
Man, it's terrible. Cause not gonna lie, I think I had maybe 3-4 different offensive coordinators, 3 different offensive coordinators since I've been here, and every offense was different terms, and it's one of those, man, you just gotta forget the old terms. Once you program it, and it's like, oh, it's a new language, so you gotta forget the old language to pick up on a new one. Sometimes the new one doesn't mean the same thing as the old one, so I feel like, man, it's really just come down to preparation, studying, after you leave the building, just putting your eyes on the playbook, scheming through it, do the little things you need to, so when that time come on the field, you're ready. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's just like going to the next grade. It's just one of those, man. Just learn the whole new offense, new scheme. Back to the minor details. So back to the little things, breaking the huddle, formations. So that's really how it is. But I feel like now, man, finish up OTAs. I feel like we all caught that. Learned the new playbook well, new scheme, little things like that, man. I feel like this offense, man, we had a clean, smooth, spring. For sure.
That's
it was minor hiccups, but it wasn't nothing crazy, But I feel like, man, we all finished healthy, did good, learned the offense, and I feel like we all getting ready for camp. Man.
So talking about, like, one of the best units to watch last year, I thought, was watching y'all's defense. The speed they play with at home and the violence they play with, I mean, they're violent generally, but I just felt like, did you feel like they get sped up in that building?
Man, everybody does, especially with our defense, man. I feel like everybody, it's just the energy they bring. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a swarm mentality. It's that just effortless. You know what I'm saying? It's that just relentless, just going out there and just playing fast. You know, when defense playing fast, you know, as an offense, you kind of want to tell yourself, let's slow it down. But I feel like with our defense, man, you got no choice but to play fast. You know, them boys swarming everywhere, hitting you, late, matter. They're being physical, man. But that's how they are in practice, So practice how you play, But, man, I feel like our defense got the opportunity to be the best defense in the league.
No question.
By far.
The way they go top down on stuff is like somebody will catch the ball in the flats and it's like over like that.
Yeah.
It's just and the backer Al Shire, having two corners like that, Petrie will knock your head off. Like
they're coming. They got something called the kill zone.
I believe it.
Don't get caught in the kill zone. That's all I gotta say.
Where is that? Just so we know, so I can stay out of it.
I think it's anything that's linebacker depth in front.
Yep.
It's a kill zone.
There's a fence there.
There's a fence. Don't get caught lacking.
Yeah. So what do you attribute Stingley's like for me, a defensive end who doesn't know coverage the way you do going against these guys? Like, what makes Stingley as great as he's become?
Patient, man. Patient. Doesn't panic. Play the ball well. Great ball skills. I feel like that's what Sting is, man. That's one guy. Like if you win early, it's okay, but he doesn't panic. Because he got the make-up speed, he got the ball talent to go and just make the play. And I feel like just going against a guy like that every single day, and you got no choice but to get better. This guy, he got patience, he got ball skills, so you got to go meet the ball when the ball's in the air. So, he gonna run the route for you. He gonna go get it. So I feel like, man, that's one guy you want to go against every day. One guy you want to compete with. Win a rep, lose all the reps, but you getting better. And I feel like he get you better. Him and Kamara, man, they both sides. Both guys the same, man. They both, after we done with a rep, good job, boom. We'll go to the side, talk about it. What you did different with you, hands, releases. I feel like that's just having that type of conversation with both of the corners, man. Is no better feeling, man, because I feel like that's the only way we can get better. But man, I feel like we got the two best of the DBs, man, in the world.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
Nice, man. They nice, dog.
It's hard to argue with that. Mm-hmm. Who do you think the most underrated guy on the defense is?
Underrated?
Underrated. Underappreciated.
I feel like Caleb.
Yeah?
I feel like Caleb. The safety.
What makes him go?
Man, he's sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
Lengthy. He feel like he over his head, dude coming out there and do his wingspan is crazy. I feel like one guy that's underrated.
I like that.
Petrie.
I got one for you.
I got Petrie. Petrie too.
Autry. Autry's a dog.
Dog.
Autry has 62 career sacks. That's a lot. Nobody knows how good he is.
That's a lot. Yeah.
He shows up everywhere he plays, so I was excited to see him join the team yesterday.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He didn't play a full season, but
that's that part.
Yeah.
I feel like the entire D line, man, they're nice.
They're great. How about D'Amico? Like being a defensive head coach, how does he relate to the offense? Being a defensive guy, I've had offensive head coaches, and their relationships to our side of the ball, it might be, hey, we just come in the morning, I say, how y'all doing, and then I walk out.
Yeah, keep pushing. Yeah, I feel like man with D'Amico, it's kind of the same.
Yeah,
kind of the same. He's a defensive guy. If the offense beating the defense, that period gonna go a little longer until they get that look we want. You know how that go. But he's a guy, man, as you want to play for. That's one dude you would run through a wall for, man. All he coaches is relentless, swarm, and just compete, man. That's all he want to see. You just compete and just have fun, And so I feel like as an offense, the thing we can relate to the most, man, is compete. The defense, they swarming. They everywhere. They gonna compete to the ball. They gonna make sure you don't catch it. They're gonna be the last one to finish, rip the ball out. So I feel like for us, as an offense, man, that teaches us to finish the plays, through the catch all the way. Finish behind the defense. You catch the ball in traffic, tuck immediately because they come in punching, trying to get the ball on the ground. So I feel like for us, man, that's sharpening us on the details, like the little things, the minor things people, tend to forget about. Catch and tuck, and then like you don't want to catch and just start ball everywhere, lose, fumble. Little things like that, man. I feel like, D'Amico tells the offense, man, you take care of the ball, compete, have fun, make plays, So I feel like that's one thing we, all as an offense, as a unit, we all can relate to, man. Just go out and just compete, man. That's all you want to see. and just play fast. You know, he want to make a play, man. Let him know. You know, that's one thing he's about, man. Just enjoying the game. And I feel like that's one thing we all can relate to the most.
Well, there's one guy I know that he will let you know when he makes a play, and he just joined y'all. His name's CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Oh, yes, sir.
Has he made his presence felt yet in practice and around the building?
Most definitely, man. We know what type of guy CJ is, man. He's a dog. You know, that whole secondary dogs. And I feel like, man, he's about to get everybody on that same train, man, real quick. So
That's a hell of a room.
It's a
That's a
best
hell of a
defense.
room.
Look, I feel like the best defense in the league by far.
Hey man,
I give it to you.
This year they can do it on tape, and I think they're pretty close. I think they're knocking on the doorstep, and you called it, so we'll check back. And
I feel it. Yeah, I feel it, man. They got the potential to be the best defense in the league. That's how I see it from Finn's OTA's mini camp, and I feel like we don't even have our whole defense here yet.
Hey man, I could believe it.
So
last question for you, a fun question. Houston celebrities, who you've been most geeked out to meet that's a Texans fan in that city?
Slim Thug, Paul Wall. Who else? Bun B. Yeah, Andre Johnson for sure.
Yeah, Andre Johnson seems like the coolest guy in the world,
man,
but
he's so chill.
Just like he doesn't say much, does
Man,
he?
he's a regular man. He's one of those dudes. He would walk by you and won't even.
Yeah.
But hell nah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those four, man. You seen those guys just at like regular Texan events. You know, those guys really in the city, man, which is a great thing. You know, like any event we have, you know, you bound to probably run into one of them. You know, so it's a great thing for sure.
Did you hit the rodeo?
Yeah, I did for the first time. It's crazy, right?
Because where are you from originally?
I'm from Alabama.
They have rodeos in Alabama?
No.
No rodeo.
Nah, the Houston rodeo was the first thing I like learned about when I came. Like I didn't know it was like they really shut down like the whole stadium to have like concerts like the entire month. You know, fairgrounds and everything. It's pretty fun actually.
I gotta hit that.
Like a bunch of great country singers come. It was dope. My last game, I just wanted to go see Post Malone. Man, it was pretty fun. It was dope.
Oh yeah.
I was stage going, so he sung a couple of his bangers. Man, it was fun.
You're a damn Cowboys fan, though. The biggest Cowboys.
I think he changed over, though. I think he had a Texans.
Yeah, well, why don't you pluck a couple of those Cowboys fans, man? Good luck to the Texans, and I appreciate Nico joining us. Thanks so much, and have a great year, dude.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you a lot, man. Anytime. I got you.